Hey guys, Tammy Anderson Ward. I'm so excited to be here with you all today. We get to do a speaker spotlight for one of my, I freaking love her. Okay, Kyla Mitsunaga is one of those speakers that she just attracts people who really need, I mean, everybody attracts who needs them. But I will tell you that the people who have gone to her classes have sought me out at the conferences to find me, to share with me how transformational, how life-changing her class has been at the conference. And I'm just really grateful to know her, to be, like have her in my space. And doing conferences for almost 12 years has been something that has afforded me the opportunity to meet a lot of people who are in the healing space. Kyla is one of those people who, right out of the gate, to know her is to love her, for real. She is from the San Francisco area, and she does a lot of work with people who are in the Asian community. And I'm just so proud to know her. She's a big deal. She's traveled extensively throughout the world to be able to be trained in what she's doing. And I just want you guys to know her. She's so cool. If you've ever gone to an event and you're like, man, why are they starting so early on the weekend? She's worth waking up early for. I've actually put her in a 2-hour spot in the biggest room that we have. No other speaker is speaking for 2 hours. So get there early if you can. At the registration table, we're going to be there at 7:45. There's typically a little bit of a line right then when we start. But we did have it for 100, but we're going to put it at 200. The first 200 people who arrive starting at 7:45 a.m. are going to get a freebie from us. This is going to include a beautiful white sage smudge stick. It's a little bundle. I really love doing smudge bundles. Mine's upstairs. I literally just took it out yesterday. I normally have one right here on my desk. We also will include a crystal. And then I also recently discovered some of the symbolism behind white feathers. So you'll also have a white feather in a cute little gift bag, little mesh bag. So each person who arrives starting at 7:45 a.m., this is all happening on October 18th in Sandy, Utah, just in case you're not aware. But I also want to go ahead and point your attention to the link that we have in the comments here. This link, when you click on it, is the link that will take you to all of the information about the other speakers. But let me go ahead and highlight who we are spotlighting today. And then I'm going to bring her on. We're going to have a conversation, a beautiful discussion about what is going to be happening in her class. So if you're watching right now and you're not familiar with family constellations, stay tuned because it is pretty cool and I want you to know all about it. She is an award-winning professor that is turned multi-certified healing practitioner. And she is also certified 2 times in family constellations. You guys are going to really love her so much. And I would recommend that even different age groups come into her class. Again, this is going to be starting at 8 a.m. So hurry and hustle over to the registration table at 7:45 a.m. Remember, the first 200 to arrive are going to get this smudge bundle. We will have multiple volunteers and staff ready to assist you so that you can get your free gift and then head right over to the 8 a.m. class, which is where she's going to be facilitating a Family Constellations, which is an experiential collective healing session. So for those of you who have participated, whether you're watching this on the live or the replay, I want to invite you to go ahead in the comments and share with us a little bit about what you observed or experienced as well. So we're going to go ahead and bring her on without further ado. Hey, beautiful. How are you?
Hi. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. Yeah.
Okay, great. How are you?
Good. I was just talking to everyone, telling them a little bit about some of the things that we've got coming up. You know that the first 200 people to arrive starting at 7:45 a.m., they get free gifts. And then we're going to send them right over to you over at 8 a.m. To start in this beautiful auditorium. It is just so gorgeous.
Oh,
So
thank
tell us
you.
what you're planning. Tell us what you're planning for that morning.
Okay, well, yeah, we are going to talk about what family constellations is, and then really briefly, and then we're going to run 2 live constellations. So one from 8 to 9, or 8 to 8:50, and then one from 9 to 9:50 as well.
Awesome. That is so awesome. Yeah, and I'm so excited to have you be a part of it. Not only are you like probably one of the coolest, most real people that I've ever seen like at our conferences leading this. I just am so excited. Tell us a little bit about, what that looks like. What is that going to be like at the conference?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to. I mean, does it make sense to sort of share what family constellations is?
Sure. Yeah, let's go ahead and have you start with that first.
Okay, yeah, because I'm sure that maybe that's like the elephant in the room. Like, what is family
What is
constellations?
this anyway?
um, yeah, so family constellations is, as you mentioned, it's a collective healing modality. It's very experiential. So it's we're all of us, every single person in the room will have a transformative healing experience. But it was founded by a German psychoanalyst, Bert Hellinger, in the 1990s. It's very built out in Europe. I mean, you can go into family constellations weekly in Europe, and someone will know of a facilitator, but in North America, it's not as built out yet.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so that's interesting. But yeah, so it was founded by a German psychoanalyst, Bert Hellinger, in the 1990s, and he was a missionary. So he was living and working with the Zulu in their tribe for 16 years. And he was really struck by how they have ancestor rites and ancestor rituals, and how they have ways in which to communicate with the their ancestors and who are living and non-living. And so he was really struck by that. And he went back to Germany and combined it with a lot of different Western therapies. One of the main ones is Carl Jung's work on archetypes. And he brought this out into the world. And how does it look like in real time, which I think is what you're asking too. And for everybody else who's listening, you have different people who are there, and often like complete strangers, representing maybe your mom, maybe your dad, maybe your grandparents, maybe emotions, illnesses, feelings,
Yeah.
death. Anything and everything can be represented by a human. And
Mhm.
so there's generally like one person who is a client. We call the client the seeker, and then they would bring in anything that they would bring to a therapist, to a life coach, to
Yeah.
you've got so many different kinds of healers
Yeah.
coming to the energy healing conference. Reiki, anything. It could even be physical pain.
Mhm.
We did have someone in June come in with knee pain.
Mhm.
So it doesn't have to be anything to do with your family,
Yeah.
although all roads lead back to family of origin.
Isn't that so interesting? You're like, "I don't wanna talk about my family. I'll just talk about my knee," and then it goes back to that, right?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it doesn't, but most often it does. And even, if people have their stress from work or their boss, or right, it also often is about family of origin. So
Oh, cool.
so yeah, so I would ask the seeker some questions, and everybody there is getting the same amount of information.
Hmm.
And it's been really cool to bring this work to the energy healing conferences, because there's a lot of people, so we can have a lot of representatives.
Yeah. Well, and I share with you how I very first found out about family constellations,
Yeah,
because
of course.
it's been a little bit of like this detour, a little bit of this path,
Yeah.
but I very first learned about it okay, so this is like so weird. You know how like there's something that happens and you're like, I don't even know how to explain this, but okay. So my family, we like to go camping. We live in Utah. There's lots of mountains. I mean, within 1 hour, we can go to several different spots that are pretty remote, very beautiful in nature. Well, this one time we went out. This is out in the middle of nowhere, okay? Nowhere. Like, there's not even, like, decent trees around. I don't know why my family decided to go here, but it's so remote. No one else is around. And I kind of like to be by myself sometimes. I mean, I have 8 children, and so even when I'm at home, I'm surrounded by people all the time. So they all wanted to go on a hike, and I'm like, I'm gonna stay back. I'm just gonna like enjoy a little bit of nature in the shade and just be alone. Okay, so I like people a lot, right? But I also like really value alone time, which is it doesn't come by very often. So anyway, I'm sitting there and I kind of got a little bored. And I mean, I was having an okay time with myself and everything, but I thought I just had this like little inkling, this little thought I should get on my Audible. So I get on my Audible and I'm looking at downloaded books because, of course, there's no internet anywhere where we are, right?
Mm.
And downloaded in my Audible is this book called It Didn't Start With You. And I do not remember purchasing it. I do not remember downloading it. I've never heard of this book before. I don't know how it got there. Now, I'm not saying that I couldn't have done it before, but the likelihood, I mean, it's just so random and so bizarre.
Mm.
Anyway, so I start listening to it. I get all the way into like chapter 6, and I'm bawling my freaking eyes out. I'm taking notes in my notes memo pad. I'm like, this book is really important. So, have you ever heard of the book called The Body Keeps Score? It's written by a physician. It's a good book, right? But I feel like, in my opinion, it's kind of dry. It has a lot of the data. It's really good. There's value points. It's worthwhile. For the first 10 times that I listened to it, it was really good, like to get the data points, right? But I just felt like it was kind of dry. It left out a lot of stories. But this book, It Didn't Start With You. It was totally different, where it was like very personal, like the stories. I'm bawling my eyes out. Like, literally, it's such a good book, right? And that was my very first introduction to family constellations, but I didn't even know it. So, isn't that so interesting?
Wow, that is wild. I
I
can do you I can do you one like more in terms of this like
Great.
connection.
I want to hear.
So It Didn't Start With You was written by this guy, Mark Wallen.
Mhm.
And I got to train with him in Greece in a
What?
couple months ago.
Oh my gosh.
And
Dude.
it gets more wild. Have you seen the show on Netflix about family constellations, Another Self? Oh yeah, you have. We've talked about it
Yes,
with
so good.
Casey.
Mhm.
So, um, so Mark Wallen's book appears in the show, and Mark Wallen was so funny in Greece. He was like, "Yeah, I know my book's in the show," and it's also, by the way, one of Oprah's top 10 books on trauma.
I did not know that.
It's done really well, like, but well, there's so many things I wanna share, but so the first thing is that he's never seen the show, even though his book is featured in it.
Oh my gosh.
The second thing, and this is for all of us, you know, who are in personal growth work, and I'll just share for myself, recovering not enougher, and recovering people pleaser. But he initially wrote the book as just a manual for his students, and never thought that he would publish it or it would get published. And then one of his students was like, "Hey, you should get a book agent." And he was like, "What's a book agent?" I mean, literally didn't even know what a book agent was.
Yeah.
The student introduced him to a book agent. The book agent was like, "It's never, listen to this, it's never going to get published, but send me over the first 10 pages." He sends it over. She goes, "Okay, send over the next 10 pages, but it's never going to get published."
Oh,
Yeah, so he sends over the next 10 pages, and then she goes, "Okay, it's pretty good." And then ends up publishing it in Penguin. So anyway, so it just was really wild to hear
wow.
that story.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I bet. And especially like from him in Greece. Like that's freaking amazing. I love how you've really like invested because you were a professor before. Tell me a little bit about like, so you definitely did not do this before, but all of a sudden things switched. What made the big like what was the deal breaker, the switch aroo for you?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So I was a professor in Korea, and I was actually doing happiness. I had separately created a happiness workshop based in science of happiness and neuroscience and positive psychology, brought it around the world. And then in my own personal life, my mom was diagnosed with early onset dementia, and I fell into a really deep depression. And so there were layers of irony there, because I was really good at making other people happy. And then when it came to myself, you know, it was really time to, or I guess the universe, right? Like an opportunity to embark on my own journey. Even though it was really hard. At the time, I wasn't like, what a great opportunity. You know, I was like, I can't get out of bed. I'm so depressed. So yeah, that's just when I went around the world, and went on retreats. I was just searching. I became a seeker myself. And I was just searching for the best modalities, and just came upon alternative healing modalities, and then just tried 25 or so. And when somebody hurt, so I was during COVID, you know, when we were quite isolated. I was still in Korea, and a lot of my friends had left Korea, and we couldn't travel. So I got this download to like try different modalities. So I meet this craniosacral therapist, and she had done craniosacral therapy on me. And she's like, "Oh, you're trying modalities." And then she goes, "Fucking family constellations."
She's like,
And it
you
was yeah, it was the way she talked about it. And I'm so glad that I didn't like go on Wikipedia or Google it, or you know, I just was like, "Okay, I don't know." And I just had one, yeah, I just had one one-on-one session with my then would-be trainer, and then jumped into her, um, first certification program, and then have since done
Dang,
it. Yeah, like, it just was like
so cool.
this thing, like, I had done 2.5 years in theta healing, and was like, "Yeah," you know, ego, "Yeah, I'm good," and then I did this one session on family constellations, and I was like, "Holy shit, like, this is,
Yeah.
like, so amazing."
Dude, that is so cool. I'm so glad that you gave it a try. Interestingly enough,
Cool.
that parallels my own story with
Mm.
energy healing just in general. My
Oh,
son
cool.
had this very physical thing that had happened, and I went to an cardiologist, and she gave me the number to someone and said, here, go see this person. If she would have said, this is an energy healer, I actually don't know that I would have gone, because my current like paradigm or my box I was in wouldn't have allowed me to do that. So I just think that's so cool that you were like, let's go give it a whirl. And then you really are like traveling all over the world helping other people with this. So it's a big deal. Let's talk about what's happening the day after the conference too, because even if people can't get down to Sandy, there is a really special opportunity for you to do some pretty extensive work, and it's intimate work. So go ahead and share a little bit about that, and we'll put the link up for that as well.
Oh yeah. Thanks for I totally forgot about that. I was like, oh, this conversation so juicy.
You're good.
I love it. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, and thank you for hosting. So Tammy has generously invited us to do a Family Constellations one-day workshop at her beautiful wellness studio in Tremonton. Maybe some of you have already been there. And yeah, it's a 10:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. We'll be doing live constellations most of the day. So 10:30 to 12:30, and then we'll take a 1 hour lunch break, 12:30 to 1:30, then 1:30 to 5:30, we'll do more live constellations. And I think, the beauty of this work is that it builds upon, let's say you are participating in the first one, and the way that I run my constellations is that generally I like to have everybody participate, like everybody who is there, who is willing, because some people want to just observe, which is also totally fine. But we say in this work, whether you're the seeker, whether you're representing, whether you're observing, and even for me as a facilitator, every single person is walking away with incredible healing for their own family system. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
That's so
please come.
I love that. Well, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure that people know, if you'd like to attend on October 18th, it is a Saturday, and she's going to be there from 8 to 10 doing the family constellations work. I mean, I know, I can imagine you're probably going to take like a little bit of a break at the 8:50, right? To allow more people to come in, maybe do even like a Q&A or something like that. But then you're going to be right back at it at 9 o'clock. So this isn't like you're going to wake up early and then you're just going to sit there. She's going to go at it, and you guys are going to be able to experience this. And I'm so excited about that. That's happening on Saturday down in Sandy, Utah, which for those of you who are familiar with the Salt Lake City area, it's like more like almost like South Salt Lake area. Probably about 20 to 30 minutes away from the Salt Lake International Airport for those of you who are traveling and coming in. And then for Tremonton, that one is about an hour and a half away north from that location. So there is a little bit of a drive, but for those of you who have been to our Pocatello conferences, or even the last one that Kyla was at, Tremonton, the wellness studio, we have room there for how many people did you say you wanted to have there on the 19th?
I think we said 30, but
Yeah.
being
So around there. So it's a very intimate group, whereas the one in Sandy is probably going to have a lot more people. And so we're talking like 10:30 to 5:30 of doing family constellation work. That's going to be pretty incredible.
Yeah, and we also have the early bird until September 18th. So you can get $100 off the ticket for the one-day workshop.
Awesome. So here's the link in the comments for those of you who are like, yes, I want to get in on that. I'm not making any money off of it. I've actually donated the wellness studio for free. I feel like it's so important for people to be able to have the opportunity, because there's just not people in Utah who are certified. By the way, some people go get certified with Kyla too. We want you guys to be able to have this experience so that you can offer it to other people, because from what I've observed, this is really a pretty amazing opportunity. By the way, where can people learn more about this?
Oh, yeah. The certification
The
or
certification, family constellations, maybe somebody's feeling really drawn to this, but they don't even know like how to learn more. We've given the book suggestion. We talked about another self. What
Mhm.
else? How else can people find out about it?
Yeah, I mean, you can go to my website. I talk a lot about it. We also have like community care events where we have free live constellations online.
Oh, that's nice.
Um,
I don't know about these.
yeah, so yeah, please come. On the 23rd, we have one from September 23rd from 5:30 p.m. PT to 7 p.m. So it's a 90-minute live constellation. And we
Wow.
have some folks from Utah, actually.
Cool. That's
So,
great.
yeah, they're really into I mean, it's great. I mean, well, everyone, it's a modality where, if you're drawn, you're really drawn because it's
Yeah.
so mind-blowing. You sort of just keep wanting to come back. Um, but yeah, so I can, if you go to my website, you can check out all the links and I can also if you go to my Instagram, oh yeah, there's my website. If you go to my Instagram um, bio, there's a link there to my Luma calendar. Luma is like an Eventbrite, and you
Okay.
can see all of my events there.
Awesome.
So monthly, we host these community care events, and I really think I mean, I'm a bit of a different I have a bit of a different take in terms of learning, but I really think that the best way to learn about family constellations is to try it
Yeah.
because it's so right? Because it's so experiential, and that's also the beauty of the energy healing conference, right? So you can go to this energy healing conference and try like how many vendors do you have this year,
Well,
Tammy?
we'll have almost 100
Mhm,
actually for this next
mhm.
one. And
Amazing.
sometimes people are gonna really gravitate towards some, and then others, it's not their cup of tea, which is
Mhm.
okay because there's all these different opportunities.
Yeah,
So,
exactly, exactly. I mean, and so that's the beauty, like, Tammy brings so much packed into one day of, awesomeness, and, you can check out family constellations, you can check out Reiki, you can check out, there's just she's got so much, and it's like crystal soaps to, like, body work to, like, I mean, there's just it's really incredible. So,
yeah.
and I have 20 free tickets, and,
Mhm.
you also have that special you talked about for the first 200, right, that sign up.
Oh, yes. Mhm.
Um, it's such a gift, really, to be able to be there in the room, and everyone I've met through there has just been so kind and so,
Awesome.
loving and welcoming, like Tammy. So, I hope you get to also just come and experience that kind of energy because yeah, it's really nice.
Thank you.
And
That's awesome.
giving what's going on in the world, I think
Yeah.
this right now is the time, if there's any time, to be in that collective,
Yeah.
um, energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate you saying that because honestly, I feel like it is a collective experience to be able to come to the Energy Healing Conference. You're not just there by yourself. You're there with other people who really care deeply about healing and helping lift others. So, and you're literally traveling from far away to be able to come and be able to offer this. So, I really am so excited. They can reach out to you for free tickets. If they would like a ticket from us, they are welcome to go on our website. There's different ways to be able to get it. You can come as a volunteer and totally come for free as well. You'll get the access to all of the audio recordings. We like to give swag to our volunteers to say a very special thank you to each one of them. I mean, there's lots of different ways to come as well. But yeah, we just would love to have you guys come be a part of it. If you cannot, please reach out to Kyla if this feels, like it's for you, and reach out to her. It looks like she's got some free online opportunities. I didn't know about those. I'm very excited to get connected with those as well. But I was just thinking there's another way that I also found out about family constellations.
Mm-hmm.
That was from Goop. They had a recorded a whole constellations on there in one of their episodes, and my husband and I watched it together, and we were like, holy crap. And I said, this is energy work. And he goes, it is? I said, watch closely. And he's like, oh yeah, this is energy work for sure. But it was on I can't even remember the exact terminology for that series of that Goop, but I remember it was around sex. But
that's right.
I can't remember the exact thing, but if you look up sex Goop, GOOP,
it was episode 5.
Episode 5. Thank you so much. If you want to go watch another one, and is that on Netflix? Where did I watch that?
That's on Netflix.
Okay.
Like Another Self. Yeah, both are on Netflix. And
I watched all the episodes to both seasons the moment that they came out, because I was on the edge of my seat. I watched it without my husband and I got in trouble. So it's so good. My husband watched it with me the moment it came out, which I believe was close to midnight, but we stayed up and watched it because it was so good. Anyway, obviously I'm really into it. I haven't even been to one myself live yet. I just feel the importance of it, so I've been offering it to other people. But
we'll get you to Tammy. If you know her, she's running a million events. Always. So nice to for the community. She's such a community builder as well. But yeah, it would be great for you to come. And I mean, even, I think that there's also a misnomer about, online is not as good as in person, and I got certified completely online for, my first certification. And it is just as mind-blowing, I'm telling you.
Wow, seriously.
Yeah, I really struggled because my certification for 2026, January to December, is also going to be online.
Awesome.
And I really struggled with that because I was like, oh, should it be in person? Should it be hybrid? Should it be online? And I really wanted to be able to have the folks from Utah join us, so
let's talk about that. So let's say somebody's like, well, I want to do this. She did it one time and then got certified. How do they get certified with you? What are the details for that?
Yeah, so it's a year-long, I know that there are some programs, even Theta Healing and Reiki are you can get certified in a few days, but this is Family Constellations is it's because it's so experiential, and there isn't a lot to necessarily memorize or that kind of thing, but it is a really unique modality in which there are certain components to learn and then practice. So the certification program will go from January to December. We meet once a month on Zoom for 2 days over a weekend. So 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Sundays.
Cool.
And we will be doing, for example, 10 a.m. to 12 on Saturday, be learning something, a concept, or, a, pillar of constellation work. Then we'll break for lunch, 12 to 1. And then 1 to 5, we'll be doing live constellations.
Wow.
Yeah. And then Sunday, we'll be doing 10 to 12 more live constellations, then 12 to 1 lunch, and then 1 to 3 there'll be, chance for group exercises, Q&A, why'd you put that rep in and not that kind of thing. There'll be pods. So if you would like to get together, I'm sure there's going to be more than one, there's going to be folks from Utah. So if you want to get together with your pod in Utah to like go over the books or to, talk about what the fuck just happened in that constellation, I know, because that's what I mean, I didn't have pods per se in both of my certification programs that I was as a student, but I had my own sort of casual pods, and I found them to be very helpful.
That's nice.
And yeah, because that, the community, right? Like that's the community of like-minded, incredible humans, right? That's so much part of the healing and learning. But yeah, so there'll be pods, and then we'll be reading one of the books. We'll be reading like 8 or 9 books. One of the books is Mark Wallen's book, It Didn't Start With You.
Oh, good.
You'll be also learning my method, the Mitsunaga method, which is, just a way to coach yourself, coach others with through a lot of, any sort of challenge. Basically everything that I've learned over the last 10 years put in a method very simply.
Wow, that is so amazing. Well, I know like I've watched your healing journey. You have, how many days have you been completely away from sugar now?
Oh yeah.
Like there's been like major stuff that you've been able to tackle.
Yeah, I would say, there's 3 major things. I mean, there's a lot, but the 3 major ones are sugar. I've not had refined sugar since January 1st, and it's September 14th today. I have the second thing is I surpassed my 100K goal for my business in terms of annual revenue.
Yeah, congrats.
I did my numbers for August, and I think I'm at 125.
Awesome.
And then the third thing is that I've been able to basically since October or so 30-day, 30-day to 270. So I've done 9 30-day challenges where I've marketed my work every day on Facebook for 270 days. And this all thanks to a lot of it has to do with family constellations work, because everything is a relationship, right? So my relationship with sugar, my relationship with money, and my relationship with marketing.
Awesome. That is huge. I can see that would be very helpful for a lot of people. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for acknowledging that.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I look, when I see the food that you're making, I literally smile. It's so funny. I'm not joking around either. I see it and I'm like, heck yeah, to the yeah. Like for real, the food just looks incredibly delicious, nutritious, like nutrient dense, but also like, that as you're making that food and your husband's making that food, like, it's like so much love went into it. And what an act of self-love and self-care. Like it's, we always talk about like going and getting a massage in a hot tub and all these kind of things, but like, wow, just like the act of making food to, serve your cells, your body, your tissues, your organs. Like, it's inspiring. It's been really inspiring. Absolutely.
Thank you. I mean, and that, that means a lot to me coming from you, because you're big into gluten-free food, and you're a big foodie too. So
I'm a big foodie. You dang right I am.
That means a lot coming from you. And I know you like to cook with your son as well. And that's amazing.
Yeah, my daughter isn't into it too much, but this is really funny. You know how the younger generations gets influenced by like whatever they're seeing online. My 10-year-old this morning, she made herself some scrambled eggs. She put it on a little piece of toast. She's doing her AM routine. She put her what's it called, headband on, washing her face. She's 10 years old. She's like, I'm doing my AM routine. I'm like, if I would have said, Amanda, would you like to do an AM routine? She would have been like, no way. You know how it is. She's drinking so much water. She's literally like working. She worked out. She's like, watch my burpees. She would have perfect form. I was like, what is this?
I love that.
Anyway, they really are influenced heavily by what they are observing, and I just want to say I've been heavily influenced by you. I literally have been this. Kate, can I tell you one other thing that you're gonna think is so like, okay, I'm just gonna show you. Okay.
Yeah, please.
So I went to the county fair and
the llama.
And I saw this llama and it brought me immediate joy. And I almost didn't buy it for myself, but I decided to buy it for myself just because of the love that I felt for this beautiful little llama.
Yes.
But the kids were, when they saw it, when I brought it home, they were like, oh, who'd you buy that for? I'm like, myself. So I literally bought this from a beautiful little healing family, actually, that travels to Peru. They have family that's from there. And they bring these home. Can you believe they were selling these for $20? This is actual hair from their llamas, from their family farm. And they made it. And I know it has like so much like, so of course I paid them more than $20 because I had to. But anyway, even touching it is just like brings me joy.
Amazing. I love that.
So funny. I just think Sally has inspired me. So there you go.
Oh, so everybody, for those of you who don't know who Sally is, this is Sally, my emotional support headband. And listen, you're going to love this, Tammy. So Sally also, Sally, this is also our virtual talking stick on Zoom.
Oh, I love it.
That doubles as a massage stick.
That's amazing.
And I recently, speaking of buying things for yourself, or actually this is my husband. Oh, this is Sally the scrunchie.
Oh my goodness. So cute. So
I know.
Seriously though.
But I love that Sally inspired you, because it was so funny yesterday at dinner. And I love that you got the llama for yourself. I love that you're owning that. And I love how, when you put it close to your face, like your whole energy changed.
Oh, I felt it.
I'm sure you guys all saw that, right? When you saw Tammy put it close to her face. But I think, the other thing, I mean, I'm so inspired by you because you post multiple times a day on Facebook, and it's so, all of your content is so uplifting. Hi, Llama. And one of the things that you posted recently, and I forget exactly, and I'm probably going to butcher the words, but it was something about, all healing is really coming back to yourself. Something like that, right? And I think, the llama or Sally or, whatever that may be for you, like coming to the energy healing conference, right? Because I've talked to a lot of several folks who came to the Family Constellations workshops in June at the June conference, and they were like, yeah, this was a gift for me. They literally like were coming to the conference as a gift for themselves. And I was like, wow, that's so awesome.
Amazing.
But all of what we're trying to do, like Foot Zone, I know you do Foot Zone, Tammy, and there's so many, these 100 vendors, like so many different modalities, including Family Constellations. All we're doing is we're holding space for you to get back to the part of you that loves you the most.
Yeah.
That's it. Simply, because a complicated brain says no, right? If you're like, oh, Family Constellations, I don't know what that is. Right? Energy healing conferences, I don't know what that is, right?
Yeah.
Simply, all we're trying to do, Tammy and I, all the 100 vendors, all we're trying to do is hold space for you to get back to the part of you that loves you the most. And for Tammy, is it the llama or holding these conferences or retreats or the 8 million events that you're running now with Casey? There's other things. So generously letting me use your wellness studio and Sally, whether it's Sally or whatever it is, we're just all trying to hold space for you to and ourselves. We're doing the work. We're also doing the work to get back to ourselves as well. And that's that's really what we're trying to do and be and really just get to be human together.
It's really like a few people have asked me recently, like, how did you even get started with that? So I've started doing some videos about why, but ultimately it's that I feel like it shouldn't be a secret. A secret, people kind of talk about it in hushes and whispers or whatever, like, oh, I did this thing and it helped me, but they don't want to like, declare it or whatever, like, I just feel like people need to know that there are other options that are out there. And I'm not talking like if you're in a train wreck or something and you have like these acute symptoms, you know what I mean? Like you have to go to the
Right.
I'm not anti-doctor, like that's a thing. But there are these underlying things that could probably get a lot of support. And you're not necessarily having the acute symptoms, right? So I just feel like it's really important. And the fact that there are so many different classes throughout the day that they can come, because not everybody's going to really gravitate to everything, right? There's going to be something that's for you now. And so that's why I'm really excited. This link that I just put in the comments right here will take people to the schedule. And then they can go on the website and see all of the different opportunities. We have people traveling in from all over. But I just really want people to know to come early so that they can be there for your class. And waking up early is a commitment. You know what I mean? To traveling there, and it's the weekend and everything, but it's going to be so worth it. So
they need to get the tips from your daughter's AM routine.
There you go, right there. My 10-year-old. I love it. She came out and she goes, "Did you just wake up?" And I'm in the kitchen and I said, "No, I've been awake for a while." "Well, I've been awake for a while too, and I'm already working on my AM routine." And I'm like, "I'm so proud of you. Good job." So cool. I love it. Well, I will let you go so you can enjoy the rest of your beautiful Sunday. I appreciate you for getting on early with me like this right now. For those of you who are watching, if you want to get a hold of Kyla, some of the easiest ways are to reach out to her on her Instagram, which we've shared. Also, you can go right to her website as well, which is going across the bottom of the screen here. Those are the easiest ways. But if you would like to sign up for her workshop that she's doing, All Day Family Constellations, on October 19th, here's the link for that one more time. You can also just scroll down in the comments as well. But yeah, we want you to reach out to her for sure. She's amazing. Here's the Instagram, and we'll see you there at the conference October 18th. Thanks for joining me.
Yay! Thanks, Tammy.